All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown, and Diplo. Dude, how are you, Diplo?
Good to be back, man. I love being here. I love you guys. Great times.
Love back, and I hear after we do this, you're going to put me through, a workout.
It's summer, man. You got to get your summer bod.
That's true. He's got the Diplo Run Club, which we'll talk about in a little bit,
Yes, sir.
And I got my workout clothes on. It's a situation. That's what's up.
We're going to get fit.
We got to talking about this kind of behind the scenes. Are you, and everybody's like, it's especially in the hip hop world and the basketball world, they talk about their Mount Rushmore of, athletes and whatnot. You have to be on the Mount Rushmore of DJ/producers. If not, what is your Mount Rushmore?
That's
all
a good
time
one. That's a good one. I mean, you got to put Daft Punk up there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Legends. I would say Calvin Harris.
Okay.
Because he balances the hits and he's a great DJ. Let's see, some old school guy. David Guetta.
Yep.
He put like dance music on the map. I think it's some of my favorites, not like the big ones.
This is your list. Like
I'm just making it up right now. So what? There's 4 people on the Mount Rushmore. I got one more. Let's see. I'm gonna have to say my boy Tiesto.
He's a legend as well.
He's up there.
I mean, I would think it's probably weird to put yourself on the list, but but you would have to be in that conversation.
Yeah,
because you look what you've done. I mean, along with what you've done in multiple genres.
Yeah, I think I was always a producer first and DJ second. And I realized that DJing was really the way to go get the song's exposure and to get money. When you're just sitting home producing all the time, that's not the life I want. You kind of I like to be out there on the road. I like to be in events. I like to make music and play it for people. Some people just like to be home with their computer and their guitar, and I love that too. I think someone more like John Mayer, he's a great songwriter, but he's out every night on stage with somebody. Like he was at Zach Bryan's concert 2 nights ago. He's there with the Grateful Dead tonight. He's like the kind of guy I am as a rock star. I love to be able to work in the studio, but on the weekends, get out there and play the songs. Ryan Tedder, a good example too. He's always in the studio and always on the weekends at shows.
Have you and Tedder worked together before?
We've done a lot of work together, yeah.
I love that.
We did the Jonas Brothers song on my last country album called Lonely. We did a song with Ellie Goulding. We just recently did a song with somebody big coming up. We got to finish that one. But he's the homie. He's a really good songwriter.
Diplo, I usually ask artists when they come in, what's the album? What are we working on? But I feel kind of dumb asking you that because every time I do, you've got 50 different things. You kind of alluded to that. What can you say, whether cryptically or just straight out say it? What do you got coming up?
I mean, it's the summertime, so I'm dropping some dance records right now. I'm out there in Ibiza. I'm playing at Pasha all summer long, and in Vegas, if you want to catch me at XS, along with the Chainsmokers and Kygo and a bunch of other DJs. So this whole summer is about dance music. Next year, though, hopefully we got the LSD album again with Sia and Labyrinth, working on that one. And then some new special weird stuff, some new Silk City, some new country music. Trying to always mix it up a little bit.
That country thing, when you first started dabbling in that world, I thought, where is he going with this? And now you kind of turned everybody, and Beyonce included, is doing it now.
I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? If I want to work on a major label, I don't know what music to make because I can do everything on my own independently. And I thought, I'm going to work with Columbia. I want to do some country music because that's something you can't really dabble in that. You can't really do that on your own because that scene is so compounded. Everybody's in their thing in Nashville. And I met some great artists. I had a collab with Morgan Wallen right when he first came out, and that was a huge deal. And then just kind of building relationships. And that country music, the thing is, those songs don't go away. They kind of always, people just learn about them and songs grow for years and years. It's way different than working on hip hop or pop music. The country music just kind of keeps going. And the
fan base is, to my understanding, pretty insane. Crazy loyal, unless you really upset them.
Yeah, they're loyal. I mean, these guys are selling out baseball, football stadiums. I think Morgan did 2 SoFis. I mean, these guys, Luke Combs does 3 financial fields in Philly. I mean, these guys are selling in one city 200,000 tickets. So they're bigger than anybody else right now in America.
That is nuts. Diplo,
yes, sir.
What is Diplo's Run Club?
Diplo's Run Club is, if you guys all in LA, people love to run. There's a lot of run clubs. There's Koreatown Run Club, Venice Run Club, Skid Row Run Club. People like to go out and meet people at run clubs. They do it in the afternoon. They do it every run club probably has 2-3 meetups a week. 900 people go running. They meet their girlfriends. They meet their friends. They go run. They do 5 miles together. And I want to build that into something we do with a party at the end. So we're doing 2 this year. San Francisco, Seattle, both in September. We've moved a lot of tickets, and I think the party's got a lot bigger than we expected. But people go out there, they run, they do 5 kilometers, and at the end, we party. I do a DJ set, and you're going home and going to bed by 1 p.m.
Oh, wow. So we're talking like after the run, direct, not like a shower, nothing. You into the party.
You're sweating, man. It's the summertime. You know, like you're at a park, you know, you go finish a run, you go to get like go to a cafe or something, you go with your friends, and my inspiration was I did the Miami Marathon, and I ended up at Space Nightclub with my bib on. And I was like, you know what? These headliners don't start at this club till 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, I'm here right on time. And I had the best time ever. I was sober, and I'm just there partying. I had like my bib on. I'm like dancing. I feel great. I'm on that runner's high. I was like, this could be a bigger experience for everybody.
Now, do you plan to take this, West Coast, Seattle, San Francisco, but eventually like New York?
I would love
East
to
Coast,
do a big one here in LA. I think next year we're going to move from 2 to 8 to 10. And I think every city was excited about it. So I want to grow, because I think one thing that anybody in the music world knows, like, people are getting healthier. You know, my demographic, like, loves to work out. They love to exercise. They love to eat great. And I think that's a great thing to support. And people always ask me, like, how do you stay fit? How do you, what do you do on the road? And I'm always like, I just run and, exercise a little bit. And I can share that experience with people now.
Real quick, sort of to do with, I guess, Diplo's Run Club. I think this happened before you started the Run Club. Is this true? You once ran a half marathon, which is 13.1 miles, hour and 50 minutes, with zero training, and then straight to the club.
That's what I did. Yeah,
that's the one you were talking about.
That was the inspiration in my first half
no
marathon.
Training,
was Miami.
though? None?
I mean, I was running like 3, 4, 5 miles. 13 is like pretty hard. But even the marathon.
That's training, though. I mean, I think that's.
Yeah, but I guess, I might do 13 miles in a week, but doing it all at once was kind of hard. But the real thing was the marathon, doing 26 miles. I never had done more than 13.
Goodness gracious.
I just went and did that, and it was a vibe, man. It was hard here in LA. Luckily, it was overcast, and we had a good day, but I got through it. Never stopped.
All right, if you guys are into running, man, look out for Diplo's Run Club for sure.
Don't hit me if you see me running on the PCH.
right. Oh, God. Do people see you on the side of the road like, I think that looks like Diplo?
I try to go on the boardwalk, because the streets are kind of dangerous out there. And the people on the Malibu, they try to hit those people on the bikes. They're mad. There's a big beef between the drivers and the bikers. But the runners, we kind of can navigate through the cars and stuff. But mostly I like the trail run. The Griffith Park out here.
Yeah. If you guys are not in, this countdown is national, but of course he lives in L.A. and I didn't know. I don't spend much time in Malibu, and I didn't realize there was a biker versus car
beef
thing.
Because the bikers, they love to ride up and down those hills, and then like they take up a lot of space. And when there's like more than 3 bikers, you have to wait behind them, and they're just pedaling like they're so slow, people honking, and it's. I've seen some road rage, man.
Oh my God!
I don't want to ride bikes around Malibu. It's dangerous.
Okay, no, take it.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
We talked about your love for the country music world and how you've kind of crossed genres multiple times. Stagecoach, let me bring that up. You performed there was pole dancers on the stage.
Yep.
Horses. I mean,
we had an airboat.
Give me like your fave. Give me a couple of moments from Stagecoach.
Last year was amazing. I had 3 big features. I had El King, who was also playing Shaboozey, debuted his song "Tipsy," which I think 2 weeks later went number 1.
Got him coming in.
He's awesome. He's so bad, and I think his work with Beyonce, and then I was in Nashville, man. That guy's out there grinding. He was at the honky tonks playing pool, writing songs. Like he's a real Nashville kid. And then Hardy came out. Are you familiar with Hardy's music?
A little bit, yeah.
He's really awesome. Somewhere between rock and roll and country. But those guys all came out and supported me, and it was just like we had fire. We had a big animatronic alligator. We had an airboat. I represented like my Florida roots out there at Stagecoach, and that's a big party, man. You got to come out and see it.
I would love to at some point. Well, hey, what's the difference between and like country music fans and like your dance fans that you've had over the years? Or are they
honestly
maybe the same
they're
thing?
Starting to mix together. Just in America, I mean, I travel everywhere, but country music really exists just here and somewhere like Ireland and Germany. Now these guys are touring Australia, but the country music guys, it's a little more open format when I play, but they know the big country hits like "Dust on the Bottle," and they know the big Shania Twain records. They know the new ones. I mix it a little like a little Red Hot Chili Peppers and some dance records, and Stagecoach fans like really really get that vibe. Like they like love the party. They love to hear the big sing along songs, and I turn it all into like one big party, so they love it. And then dance music, I'm more like hitting the underground. I'm more like, even with Run Club, you're gonna hear me play more underground records. It's more like an afternoon vibe. Do
you enjoy road life?
I do. The summers are hard because you know what? Going to Europe every other weekend is really a long trip. But I'm lucky to be able to do it.
So you go back and forth. You don't just stay for the most.
I think I leave like halfway through the month and I stay there like the second half of the month. I do all my like Vegas shows the first half, and the second half I go to Europe. And it's a little bit lonely over there because at least in America, like I know what I'm doing, I know where people are in every city. And when I go to Europe, it's kind of like you're in Prague and you're in like, I don't know, Sardinia. It's kind of like they're luxury. They're beautiful, but you don't really know anybody. You don't have time to really enjoy the water and this. You kind of get a flight, get a show, back to the hotel.
That's what I hear. Like touring sounds glamorous, and at times it is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you're basically in a hotel room, in a car.
A lot of major artists don't really like to tour anymore. It's too expensive, and the tour bus is expensive. The production is expensive. I mean, some of these tours, like I was on the road with Madonna, Bad Bunny, they're having 45 trucks. It's so expensive, so much crew. And the money is not always there. When you pay that much for a real experience, it's hard to make a profit when you're a young artist coming up. I just fly, and I'm lucky. I got a little USB key. I show up and I play my records, and I get out of there, and I get a free dinner, and I'm cheap. But it's still the grind. It's like a day job when you have to go out there every weekend.
45 trucks.
It's a lot of trucks. They're 45 trucks. I have a little backpack.
God.
I know.
I don't know if that was by accident you discovered that, or I don't know, but
it was by accident.
Genius.
It was by accident, but I'm lucky.
Diplo, Heaven or Not.
Yes, sir.
This track is kind of getting massive on you, obviously. Talk about this track. Any cool, stories behind the scenes?
I just love working with this girl. Her name's Kareen. I thank you guys for playing it. It's a dope record. It's a jamming piano house record. It's high energy, and it's all about the summer, man. You guys want to get out there and dance? This is a big record for you guys. So thanks for playing it. 2-part
question. You've played a ton of shows. So thinking back, best performance you've ever done. It was just about perfect. Wow. Amazing. Flip side of that, the worst. Everything went straight to hell.
There's been some bad ones. It's hard. I mostly remember the bad ones because the good ones always kind of up there. Stagecoach this year was amazing. We were just on point. All the acts were there. I was improvising, playing new records. The lighting was great. Flip the coin. I was in Hamptons. I was playing like a horse race, and I was like in the stadium there, and I get on the stage and nothing. Where my USB just breaks on me. No music, and there's a fist fight in the front row.
Oh God, no!
People are fighting. This guy with a black eye. I'm like trying to stop that, but I had my mic work, but like music didn't work, and it took me I had to go back in my car, and people are just waiting, kind of booing me. I finally load up on another USB key. So even with the USB keys, I was saying I was bragging about it, but sometimes they don't work. And,
my God.
People were getting kind of mad at me. I barely made it out of there alive.
Fist fight in the front row.
Jeez. There was a fist fight.
Did they stop the fight, I assume? Or
Nah, we took a photo of the guy. He was like just bleeding. He was still there right in the front row jamming. He had his hands on the freaking stage like, yeah, I don't care.
So you collab with Kylie Minogue.
That's right.
She is quite the icon.
She is an icon.
Give me some stories about working with her.
I just recently met her. I played Out Loud Festival during the opening week of Pride in LA with Orville Peck, and she was the headliner. She's obviously an icon, but especially in the gay community, she's like right there with Madonna and all the other females like Dua, Nicki Minaj. But she is like the master of her craft. Great voice. We did a disco kind of record. I think it comes out. I don't know what day this is, but it's coming out. It should be out. It's called Midnight Ride. Diplo, Kylie Minogue, Orville Peck, country disco vibe.
Well, are you ever starstruck when you meet someone? I know you work with so many people, but like meeting a Kylie.
I didn't even know I was gonna meet her, honestly. And we were like, oh, we gotta do press photos. Like, what? Kylie's there, and went backstage. We did our little, like our for our streaming. We had to do our little photos and everything. And she's a small woman. She's like maybe barely 5 foot.
Like shorter than me.
Yes, sir.
Who knew?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
There are some people shorter than you.
Who knew?
I didn't know that.
We've talked about this in the past. Has nothing to do with music. I am obsessed with the paranormal. Ghost, haunted houses, all this madness. I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. Have you at some point, maybe in your travels, had what you would consider a paranormal encounter? Like, haunted, maybe if you stayed at all these hotels, one of them has to be haunted.
I mean, the hotels, I kind of I try not to think about that because there's some sketchy old hotels I've been in.
Right.
Whether it's Montreal or Stockholm, whatever. I did have this one time. I've had sleep paralysis a couple times. And that kind of is a paranormal activity.
It's a strange thing, I hear.
I had it like once a year. One time I had it, I was recording in Jamaica. I was at Tough Gong, which is Bob Marley's studio. I fell asleep in the drum rug, like in the live room. I kind of was cold in that room, and I was working. My friends were in the studio, and I was like, I'm just going to lay down the drum rug. And I kind of wrapped myself a little bit, and I just people were like, the lights went off, and people were like leaving the studio. No one could find me. And I was like, had sleep paralysis. I heard people, and I saw them walking. I saw shadows around me, but I could not get up. And I was like, you know how you have that thing where you try to move your body and you can't move it, but your eyes are open. And I swear to God, I saw possibly the ghost of Bob Marley in that studio walking around that live room. And I finally made my energy to get my arm out of the drum. I was like, don't leave me guys behind. I remember seeing some weird stuff going on in that old studio, but that was probably The last time I seen a ghost.
That's a strange phenomenon. I've talked to several people who've had that.
Yeah.
And it's so bizarre. I know you're doing the show. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I know you're doing the show coming up in Ohio, which is just outside of Cincinnati, to my understanding. And I found a hotel that is haunted, and I want you to consider staying at this place. It's the Hilton Netherland Plaza. There's a lady in green that haunts it. I'm just throwing it out there, Diplo. If you wouldn't mind staying there or considering it.
If you pay for the room.
Okay, we'll see if we can work that out. See if I can find iHeart. Maybe iHeart will pay for it. We'll work that out.
Talk to them.
All right, well, Diplo. Seriously, though, if anything ever happens, please remember it. Let me know. I'm obsessed with this crap. It's insane. You have a house in Jamaica. I don't know any of the details, really, but I'm told that you had the architects make some sort of a Harry Potter type, theme type thing.
My library was inspired by the Harry Potter library. Has like a little mezzanine and bookshelves. It's about 2 floors high, and I just love the idea of all my collections, like my records, my books, my magazines, some of my art, and you have like a little staircase around it, and you can go around my library. And
no kidding.
It's very Harry Potter-esque.
Is there any kind of can you pull a book out?
There are some little, there's no like secret back door, but there are a lot of Easter eggs where you can open a statue and there's some stuff inside, or like books that have other secrets inside that aren't real books.
That is the coolest thing ever. That's got to be your favorite room in the world.
It is my favorite room, and I love that place. It's the view on the side is a rainforest, and all my music is there, and it's, you can smoke cigars, drink some whiskey. It's the best place.
Love it. True or false on this, you would at some point, according to what I read, love to take a year off I don't know when you'd have the time to do this, but to work on film projects. Would you
That's
ever,
true.
I mean, what's your dream film? Are you actively trying to make that happen?
I think I've been writing screenplays. I went to school for film, actually, in Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
I graduated there at Temple University. I was actually a PA in Philly. I worked on National Treasure Part 2.
You did not.
With
Nicolas
Cage. I was his PA. I brought him fruit snacks.
What year was that?
Man, it's a long time ago. This is probably 2001.
That's before the whole Diplo thing took off?
I was trying to do the Diplo thing. It wasn't taking off yet, so I was getting paid like $5 an hour to just pass out granola bars.
I did not know this.
Yeah, so I was beginning. I was like, yo, this is not it. Philadelphia is not really the place to make movies. I moved to LA, and I've always been wanted to do it. Music took off, but I do have a vision for making films and turning my screenplays into reality and acting too. So I think next year might be the year where I really grind and do that. Like
next year, it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot. I do a lot of tryouts for things, but when you're on the road, it's really hard to get roles.
Right.
I think you have to do the video interviews and stuff like that. I played a couple roles this year, very small, but if I want to commit to it, I got to be here in LA.
You know what? I could see you doing that easily, dude.
I'm
for
ready.
Real. Message to your fans. We're talking the old fans, the new fans, the dance world, the country, you name it. Message to your fans.
What's up, fans? All my old fans, stay positive out there, even though you're old. All my new fans, congratulations. You're going to learn a lot from this. And get outside, man. Go out and sweat every day, 1 hour. That's what I ask from you.
Fair enough.
And listen to my playlist.
Diplo, what else do people need to know about Diplo?
I think that people just need to know that I'm out here. And I'm always grinding. I'm always making music. And I love that you guys were supporting me from day one. And I love that you guys like my music and checking out all my projects. And I love being on this ride with you guys. Let's go for a run.
Appreciate your time, man.
Yes, sir. Jojo, anything you need.
Absolutely. At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Give me
Let's do it. Ba, 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 ba.